Chicago is really considered the city of modern architecture. We attracted architects from around the world. They came here and started experimenting, and so therefore we're the home of the first skyscraper. As we were looking at planning for the new center, I had an opportunity to travel to a number of different cities to look at what their architecture centers were. They were something that really people engaged with and had a lot of fun with, and I thought we need to get one here in Chicago.
So we got the job, and then we proceeded to try to figure out how to make a model of the city of Chicago. Well, in order to design the scale model, we needed a three-dimensional computer drawing of the city of Chicago. So we figured out that we were going to have to create that, and that was a huge part of the job. You have to figure out the boundaries of the model. You have to buy the satellite imagery. You have to figure out the date of that imagery and then figure out a way to update it. You have to contact the architects to give you the new files. You have to redraw every single file so that it will make a clean STL file that will print easily in the stereolithography machine.
Stereolithography is a 3D printing process where a layer of photosensitive liquid is laid down. A laser traces the design, and anywhere the laser hits the liquid, it turns from a liquid to a solid. And that process is repeated over and over again until you get a three-dimensional part.
So when we installed the model in the lobby of the Santa Fe building in August of 2009, this was a temporary exhibit that was going to be up for 3 months. It became so phenomenally popular that the CAF kept saying, extended for 3 months, extended for 6 months, extended for 3 months, until finally they just said, okay, it's on permanent display. It was on permanent display from 2009 all the way up to 2017 when we went into the lobby of the Santa Fe building and took it out and took it back to our shop to repair and extend it. Their materials are incredibly strong and resilient. If this model had been made by any other technique, seams would be popping, buildings would be sagging, it would not look good. So that's yet another reason why we're very grateful to Solos.
Here we are recreating the city of Chicago right here in our laboratories. And so to be able to participate in a project like the Model City is a wonderful opportunity.
The boundaries of this expanded model go all the way from 27th Street up to Oak Street and from the lake to Morgan Street. There are 630 city blocks shown, and there are about 4,250 buildings. You see the blocks, you see the roadways. You see the topography, which is interesting because most people think Chicago is totally flat. When someone was verifying it, looking at Google Earth images, satellite images, they saw that somebody on the south side had painted on their roof, Sox go this way, Cubs go this way. And so we put it on the model and we've painted it white. So if you look carefully, you might be able to find that.
And it's been a great experience. You know, we're able to help the Model City grow, and basically when people come to visit the city of Chicago and they go to see the Model City, we know we've donated a lot of our time and our expertise in building those models that are used every day and people see every day from around the world.
In my experience with models, it's the same as with cities. You have to go out and experience them. And there's a physicality about a model that allows you to really interact with it. And I think it's great for school groups where they come and they understand the city in a more contextual way. It's also really just a great interactive tool. People, when they're standing around the model, they interact with each other. They talk about it. They tell stories.
It certainly gives me a lot of pride as a Chicagoan to say, hey, look at the great city we have. Look at all the great architecture we have.
I was born here, my mother was born here, my grandmother was born here, my great-grandmother was born here, and my great-great-grandmother moved here when Chicago was new, so I love Chicago. I think the architecture, particularly the part of it that's included on this model, is amazing.